The pistachio note and fragrance seems to be the new it girl. So in today's video, I'm here to share with you all fragrances in my collection that feature the note of pistachio. If you're interested, then just keep watching. Before we get into the video, I do want to quickly introduce myself for those of you who may be new here. My name is Aisha from simplyaisha.com. Over here on YouTube, I make videos mainly about fragrance, but also some beauty, luxury, and lifestyle thrown in. If those are things you're interested in, please consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So recently, Kayali released a pistachio fragrance, and because pistachio is one of those notes that we don't see often, and because Kayali's marketing is so good, I feel like pistachio in fragrance is the new it girl. There are gonna be more brands coming out with pistachio fragrances. That's just my guess. I don't know anything for sure. I'm just telling what I'm thinking, and I'm here for it. I really like pistachio. I like the taste of the actual nut. I like pistachio flavored dessert like macaroons and ice cream. So I'm here for pistachio. I even keep a pistachio syrup on deck at my house at all times so I can make myself pistachio lattes and pistachio iced coffee, you know, whatever I'm in the mood for, but I always keep that syrup on deck. So I would say I'm a pistachio fan. So I have 6 fragrances to share with you all today that feature the note of pistachio. In some of the fragrances, the pistachio is more evident than in others, but we'll get into it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these fragrances. So we're gonna start with the fragrance that pretty much inspired this video, and that is none other than Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. So I love the bottle on this. I love the green. It's frosted, but you can still see through it. I like the white detailing on this as well. However, the cap, I kind of wish they would have went with their regular cap. That's clear, but you know, we're not really here to talk about the bottle, but I figured since this fragrance was new, I'll give y'all my full thoughts on it. So all the marketing that came out was centered around pistachio gelato. Y'all know Mona Catan, she does her thing when it comes to the advertising for the fragrances, and she's beautiful, she's sweet. So anytime she teases us with a new fragrance, all the girls go crazy. So anyway, so a lot of people were expecting this fragrance to come out smelling like pistachio ice cream, super sweet, super gourmand, and that's not what they're getting. And although I haven't really tried to watch any reviews on this fragrance, I have seen people talk about it because at this point it's been out for probably about a month, and so I can't escape it. People talk about it, and although I'm not out seeking reviews, I have heard some people talk about how it doesn't smell like what they thought it would. And I have to say that I'm in the same boat. This fragrance does not smell like I thought it would, but for me, that's a wonderful thing. So before I forget, this fragrance was sent to me. I'm not on Kayali's PR list, but I was able to get this fragrance sent through a third-party company. So I am happy to have it, but for transparency purposes, I did not pay for this with my own coin. So anyway, when I saw the ads come out for this, I was interested because I do like pistachio. I like sweet gourmand pistachio, but I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't hopping to purchase it because I thought it was going to smell too sweet and too juvenile. So the fact that it doesn't, I'm here for it. So when I first spray this fragrance, this opens with like a bright citrusy note and some florals, and you get a little bit of that nutty pistachio, a slight bit of sweetness, but not too much. I will say that spraying this on paper and spraying this on skin, I feel like it's completely different. When I spray this on my skin, I immediately get a lot more sweetness to it, but on paper, it does smell more floral, more bright and airy. As this fragrance dries, like within the first 5 minutes or so, the nuttiness and the sweetness from the pistachio really starts to come out. And I still consider this a sweet fragrance, but in my opinion, this is more of an elevated gourmand. It does not smell extremely edible because the entire time I do feel like I can smell those florals in the background. And the longer I wear this, like I said, it does smell more nutty, more sweet pistachio, more like gelato. but those florals are kind of always in the background, and to me that keeps this just more elevated, more grown, more elegant. So I feel like this is a nice blend of a gourmand fragrance mixed with a floral fragrance. I would call this like a floral gourmand. It's beautiful in my opinion. Also, this fragrance is not really heavy. It kind of has this airy quality to it, so even when it's in its sweetest phase, I don't feel like it's overpowering. I feel like I can wear this on the hottest of summer days and it will work out perfectly. This fragrance is not extremely long lasting on me. If I had to guess, I would say it probably lasts about 5 hours on the skin, but I will say I enjoy it the entire time. It's also not extremely projecting. This is a moderate projector, but if you layer this with other pistachio products, like any pistachio body creams or another product that I'm going to share with you in a second, then you will get a little bit better longevity out of it. So I know I kind of gave y'all a full-on review of this fragrance. We're not going to do that for all the fragrances on this list, but a lot of you all have been asking me about this fragrance, so I kind of wanted to be a little bit more thorough on this one, and this was the inspiration behind the video. So again, that was Yum Pistachio Gelato by Kayali. The next fragrance is one that I've had in my collection for a long time, and this is from Demeter. This is Pistachio Ice Cream. So this fragrance smells like pistachio ice cream, quite literal. It is sweet, it is nutty, it smells thick and creamy. Definitely smells exactly like pistachio ice cream. So I am happy that Yum doesn't smell exactly like this, and I kind of thought they were going to smell too similar, to be completely honest. But this fragrance, I love it, but it's not something that I can wear often. It doesn't smell the highest quality to me, and it doesn't smell extremely grown to me. I don't want to say it smells juvenile, but it's kind of one of those fun type scents that I wear when I'm in the mood for it. Or I use it for layering. So generally when I use this, I layer it with something else if I want to bring out some sweetness, some nuttiness, or if I think it goes well with a pistachio scent, I'll layer it like that. Also, I use this to spray in lotions, like an unscented lotion, and rub this all over my body for a nice pistachio base. And so this is what I was using as like a body cream before I got the pistache body cream, which I'll insert a picture here. But before I got that, I was using this basically as a body cream. So I would spray it in my lotion, rub it all over, and it would give a nice base without being too much. And I can do that with all types of fragrances, not necessarily pistachio fragrances, but anything I wanted to make a little bit sweeter and nuttier. So I do think this is a good fragrance to have in your stash if you love pistachio, because I feel like it's multi-purpose. It's something that you can wear if you don't want to like wear anything too serious, but you can also use it for layering. So I think it's definitely worth the coin. These are inexpensive. They are colognes, so they don't last forever, but for this type of fragrance, this would be too much if it lasted forever. And if it's something that you want to last forever, I mean, these are really inexpensive. You could just continue to spray it on all day. So again, that is Pistachio Ice Cream from Demeter. The next fragrance is from Diaz and Durga, and this is called Pistachio. So I have a whole video dedicated to this fragrance that I will link for you all if you're interested. But this is the more serious version of pistachio. So to me, this is a very nutty fragrance, but it's not a sweet fragrance. So this is not pistachio ice cream or pistachio gelato. This is pistachio, the nut, the actual nut. So you have to like nutty fragrances in order to like this fragrance. Now combined with the pistachio, I think there's some tonka and possibly some vanilla in this scent. But again, this is not a sweet scent. This is more of a woody, nutty scent. It maybe has a little bit of spice to it as well, but I wouldn't consider it a spicy scent. I really just think of this as a nutty scent. I love this fragrance. I think this one is the most unisex fragrance out of this entire bunch. I could definitely picture a man wearing this. But if you're looking for a sweet pistachio scent, this ain't it, okay? This is not the one you want, but I think this is a nice, sophisticated, like grown-up take on pistachio. So again, that is Pistachio from Diaz and Durga. This next fragrance is from Tom Ford, and this is Soleil Blanc. So this fragrance has pistachio in it, but I never think of this as a pistachio scent. So if I had to kind of rank these in order of like pistachio, this would be on the bottom, okay? So I think of this as more of a coconut scent. scent. So when I smell this, I get like this coconut, not quite sunscreen type scent, but kind of going in that direction. I get some florals and I get a slight nuttiness from the pistachio. I don't think that this is a sweet pistachio type scent, but I do feel like the pistachio adds something different into this fragrance. It takes it to another level. And I do think, like, I can smell it, but I wouldn't consider this a pistachio scent. It is absolutely gorgeous. So if you're looking for an elevated coconut beachy type scent, I think this one is perfect. And y'all know this is one of my favorite fragrances from the brand. So again, that is Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. The next fragrance I have is from Sol de Janeiro, and this is Sol Cheirosa 62. So this is the fragrance that is based on the famous Boom Boom cream from the brand, and it smells just like it. I love this fragrance, y'all. This doesn't get a lot of love on YouTube because a lot of people just prefer the body spray and they think this one doesn't last long. I actually prefer the fragrance over the body spray. I'm one of the few people, I guess, but I love the fragrance. So I feel like most of you all have smelled this, but if you haven't, this is a sweet, kind of salted caramel, coconut, and pistachio scent. The pistachio in this fragrance is definitely there, and this fragrance is on the sweeter side because of that like salted caramel, but it doesn't get as sweet as something like, say, pistachio ice cream. In my opinion, this scent is a great example of a pistachio fragrance that gives us that gourmand that we're looking for, but it doesn't smell 100% edible. And I view this scent, although I think of it as a fun scent, I still feel like it's pretty elevated, and I feel like anybody any age could wear this very easily. I just don't know anybody who wouldn't like the smell of this. It just smells amazing, and it reminds me of summer days. So if you haven't smelled Sol Cheirosa 62, go out and smell it, or at the very least get the Boom Boom cream or the body spray. All of them have the same scent, and I mean, I feel like this is just a must in pretty much every woman's fragrance collection. So again, that's Sol Cheirosa 62 by Sol de Janeiro. The last fragrance that I have to share with you all is discontinued, but I wanted to mention it anyway because sometimes I see it on discounter websites. So if I can find it, I will link it for you all, but no promises. But I know a lot of you all own this fragrance, so I wanted to mention it anyway. So this is La Petite Robe Noire Au Fraiche from Garland. So this fragrance is part of the La Petite Robe Noire line, which I believe is based on the cherry note, but this one is not, okay? So this Au Fraiche, the note that I feel like it revolves around is pistachio. So the pistachio in this is nutty and sweet, but more so I think of this as a bright kind of fruity floral pistachio scent. The florals are quite prominent in this. I'm not sure what type, but to me it just smells like generic white florals. But there's something super bright about this fragrance and almost watery, and then you have this beautiful pistachio note in it as well. Now this is a fragrance that I've had for a while. It's not one that I wear very often because it is like a lighter scent, but I do like to wear this as like a pick-me-up. This is something I can wear to like the grocery store and that type of thing. And I think it's beautiful, not too serious, great for hot weather. And if you can find this, I definitely would suggest it if you like pistachio. The pistachio is definitely not overpowering, but I have actually layered this with the pistachio ice cream from Demeter before. But generally, I just wear this alone and I get enough of that pistachio that works for me. So I would say if you can find this, get it. Or if you have this, maybe pull it back out. So again, that is La Petite Robe Noire Au Fraiche from Guerlain. So those were pistachio fragrances that I currently have in my collection. There are two more fragrances that have been in my collection before that I'm gonna just quickly mention. So first up is Girl of Now by Elisab. That is a fragrance that I really enjoyed the opening of. I thought the pistachio and almond mix was very like good at first spray. It's sweet, it's thick, it's heavy. I just didn't love the dry down of that fragrance, which is why it's no longer in my collection. But I would say that if you're looking for a pistachio scent, maybe check that one out. I felt in the dry down, it kind of turned into more of a generic scent and I didn't get the same sweetness from the opening. But, you know, that may not be the same for all of you all. So feel free to chime in about Girl of Now if you still own that and still wear that. But I did want to quickly mention it because it was one of the first pistachio fragrances that I was introduced to. The other one that I no longer have in my collection is also discontinued, but I know a lot of you all have it, so I'm gonna just quickly mention it. It is Valentino Donna Acqua. And I had that fragrance for a while. I loved it. The pistachio in it is beautiful, and it's mixed with, I think, frangipani and some other like yellow and white florals, if I remember correctly. Really beautiful, really elegant take on pistachio while still having that sweetness to it. So if you still have that in your collection, pull it out and wear it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to link that one because it's been discontinued for so long, but I felt like this would be a great time to remind you about it if you already own it. So those were the pistachio fragrances that I wanted to talk about today. Let me know in the comments down below, do you have any pistachio fragrances in your collection? If so, what is your favorite? Also, have you tried Yum by Kayali? Was it what you thought it was gonna be? Was it a disappointment? Do you love it? Let us know that in the comments down below as well. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I typically upload videos every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I have tons of content that you can check out on your free time. Also, go ahead and check out my newly relaunched blog. It is www.simplyaisha.com. Sign up for my email list over there so we can connect further in the future. Also, go ahead and follow me over on Instagram as well. I'm in my stories almost every day, and I love chatting with you all in stories and DMs. I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.